Welcome everyone to SFS 50/50 Vegetables and Fruits Farm to Plate Sustainability. This is one of a pair of courses you'll be taking, this one for the vegetables and fruits and the next for livestock. It's a beautiful day down here at the confluence of the Shenandoah and Potomac rivers, and I'm looking forward to getting started with you guys tomorrow. The first thing I want to do, though, is give you a little bit of my background that's not nuanced enough, perhaps, in the written version, so that you understand where I'm coming from. I was a vegetable grower for a couple of decades in Vermont. Then I went into the seed business, also in Vermont. And so with some overlap between those two, I experienced what you might call the entire value chain from seed to table. And I took an interest in that. And when I left being an active grower, it was because I discovered that I could perhaps be more useful to the overall program of making the U.S. food system more sustainable by going into more of a communications role. And that has taken some business development work and some teaching work. And so I just want to give you a bit on that. The economic analysis I did was at the Rodale Institute, where I directed a program that built a computer model. I didn't do the building. Built a computer model to compare the economics of organic and conventional grain production. We chose grains because that's what there was the data for, and that's the largest part of the food system in terms of cash flow and acreage. After that, I took a couple of jobs doing economic development. I actually worked for the Economic Development Authority that was building the Walmarts and the supermarkets and things like that in my home county, but my job was to build agricultural businesses, and it really gave me an opportunity to concentrate on rebuilding our local food system here. We're only 70 miles west of D.C. and undergoing rapid suburbanization. So it was an interesting thing to do. I enjoyed it some. It's done now. So that's what brings me to the current place where I am. If you look at the course objectives, you'll see there are a number of them, but the two that are really critical are to understand where fruits and vegetables fit in the American agricultural food, the North American food system, and also to learn how to perform a value chain analysis for any given commodity or group of commodities or product. And the other objectives that are listed are basically ancillary to that. Okay. This is not going to be anything hugely different than you've already done when you did a life cycle analysis. The life cycle analysis, while it also includes economics and environment and social and mostly environment, though, it's about and energy. It's about where the resources are coming from and where the outputs are going at the end of the system, whether into useful products or into waste, and how much entropy. It's basically sort of studying the entropy cost of any given product or service. With value chain analysis, it started as commodity chain analysis, where some firm along the way from seed to table was looking for ways to make their process of handling, distributing, and selling product and producing it more economically efficient, perhaps more energy efficient as well. Then along came the triple bottom line, and environment got into that as well. But it's not looking at the big picture as much as it's looking at the specific parts of the chain and how they affect each stakeholder along the way. So it's similar, but not exactly the same. We've chosen tomatoes as our example to study simply because there is so much information out there about tomatoes, and tomatoes are such an important vegetable food crop. So that's why we've chosen that. You will be choosing your own, and your crop that you'll study in your week 6 paper should be one that is either economically important in your bioregion or culturally important in your bioregion. For the sake of argument, Washington State, it could be apples. New York State, it could be apples. Vermont, it could be maple syrup. Not a big thing, but culturally important. It could be blueberries for Maine. It could be sugar cane in Louisiana, or rice in Arkansas. I mean, it really, that is what you're going to want to try and figure out, and you're going to want to try and figure that out early, because the earlier you can decide that, the more time you'll have to gather the kind of information that you need to do a good job of your final paper. On that note, your first assignment will be to pick 3 possible candidates and do the pros and cons of them, so that you get a sense of what will be a good subject. Okay, so choose that early. Now, just to give you a tiny bit more information about my peculiarities, I'm a graduate of the Green Mountain College online MSES program, so I understand how this 6-week thing works and how it can steamroll on you if you're not paying attention to it. That's point number 1 about me. So I understand the position you're in because I've been there only a few years ago. The other thing is, because my background is communications, and I believe that effective communications is critical to the success of the movement that we're all part of, I pay very close attention to the writing. According to the syllabus, you'll see that's not a huge part of the final grade, but it is something that I pay perhaps an inordinate amount of attention to, because I want effective advocates to come out of this program. And clear expression leads to effective advocacy, along with strategy and policy and all those other things. Toward the same, I'm asking you to do something in your introductory bio that is not normally in there, and that's to add one more little paragraph at the end that's just 1 sentence, no more than 30 words, shouldn't take more than 10 seconds to read aloud or recite aloud. It's what's commonly known as an elevator speech. And coming up with an elevator speech is really a great way to clarify your own thoughts, and then, clear thoughts can lead to clear expression. What you're answering is, what do you plan to do with the training you receive at Green Mountain College in the MSFS program? Just fiddle with it and get it down to that size. And then at the end of the 6 weeks, we're going to do it again just to see how it's changed, okay? So, the last thing you need to know, how can you contact me? Well, I've posted my cell number. I don't have a landline. All of my email forwards to my cell phone. So email and cell phone are the best way to get in touch with me. If you want to have a conversation private or in a group, my Skype is shepherd.ogden. I don't have it on all the time, so you should, because it conflicts with making these videos. So you should email me and say you'd like to have a Skype conversation. I'm also going to try and set up some Google Hangouts. That's a new thing to me, so I'll have to figure out how to do that. And it could, take a short while. But please don't hesitate to contact me. I'm semi-retired. You don't have to worry about calling in the daytime. If I can't talk to you right then, I just won't talk to you right then, but I'll talk to you as soon as possible. Okay? So again, welcome to Vegetables and Fruits. Look forward to working with you over the next 6 months. And let's enjoy some beautiful fall weather and some challenging thinking and writing and talking. Okay? Thanks.